All right, I'm right back. Like I said, now y'all really strap in for this. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, there's gonna be some people feel some type of way about this. I don't care no more. Cause I was in denial about it. But now that it's been engraved in me, shown to me over and over and over and over, now I'm done. I'm done denying it because obviously it is what it is. It is who I am. It is what I am. So here we go. So once again, I went on another trip last Thursday, October 24th, 2024, that 2-4 day. Y'all know how I feel about that. I was like, you know what? It's the 24th. Higher self is calling me. I kept seeing the signs, the synchronicities with the time, my dreams, everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna go in nature with the trip. So once again, I can't tell you about the whole trip. I mean, I could. It's gonna be a long video. I'm just gonna tell y'all the nitty gritty. All right. So look, get on the magic mushrooms. I go to the park. I'm gonna give y'all a visual. So I'm looking into the sun, okay? And usually I start off my trips with my meditation music, right? But I decided to go a different path this time for whatever reason. But now I know that reason. And I just, had a playlist on YouTube, music that like gets me hype and stuff. So I started playing my music, right? And maybe the second song was a song I didn't recognize. So I'm like, man, what is this song? And I was about to change it, but then, there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. So I was like, nah, let me see what this is. Like, why is this song playing, right? So I'm looking into the sun. And if y'all go back to my first videos when I met Christ, when Yeshua or Jesus, or whatever you want to call him, when I first met him and he came and, on my left side and he tapped my shoulder, right? He descended from the star. So I'm looking into the sun. There's a beam of light, obviously, from the sun that's coming towards me. And it goes past me, right? And it's as if there's a mirror that goes past the mirror and the light reflects back outward, right? So even though I'm looking towards the sun, there's a brighter light behind me, okay? And the music starts playing. I might put the song in the description so y'all can understand how freaking epic this was. And just like that night I met Christ, Yeshua, Jesus, um, I see someone, a shadow, start walking up behind me. And I'm like, bro, except this time it wasn't Yeshua, it was me. It was my higher self with my ancient Egyptian clothing stuff on and my pharaoh hat and all that. And so I watched myself walk past my physical self in the light of the sun, right? He keeps walking ahead of me until the light from the sun eventually turns into this golden staircase. And I watch him walk up the golden staircase into the sun and his back towards me. He then turns around to look at me, right? So there's this thing I can do where I kind of let the spirit of the earth take over. Like literally, it's like, some people be like, people get demon possessed, but it's not like that. It's like, it's kind of like that, but in a good way, where I let the spirit of the earth take over me. Anyway, as he was turning back to look at me, I'm also turning my head like this at the same time. Everything's happening all at once. So my higher self is turning like this, I'm turning like this, and we're all turning, okay? So as I'm turning my head like this, I see a golden pole next to me, and a green flag fell from the pole, almost like a finish line flag, right? And as I turn and look like that, and I watch the flag come down, a literal tear fell at the same time, like a slow motion. It was crazy. But as I look into the sun and I'm looking at him, look at me, looking at myself, look at me, it was almost like a sense of completion. Like I done taught you and shown you everything you wanted to know. It kind of felt like a farewell, but I know obviously I'm gonna always be there for myself. My higher self, God, will always be there for me. We will always be there for each other, existing on every plane and every realm, all at the same time. Woo! So anyway, I watch myself walk into the sunset, like literally hop into the sun. I see another realm and I see the pyramids. It's like the Great Pyramids in Africa, really. And I'm walking on sand towards the pyramids. And I literally walk off into the sunset. Literally. I literally watch myself walk into the sunset. It was the most epic. I was like, bro, this is how we starting this trip. I ain't never started a trip in a more epic way. I'm like, bro, this is literally just the beginning. Like, what else could I see today? Like, what's gonna happen? So anyway, I do a little follow my river thing. I probably have to make a whole video about that so y'all understand. But anyway, basically, I can create this feeling in my heart, and on the, you know how they say Jesus walked on water? Bruh, look, when I meditate, I don't need to be on shrooms or anything. If I meditate and I stand up, I can create this feeling in my heart. I could literally see the grass turn into water. It literally turns into water. Not like physical water, spiritual water. And it will have a path going straight into the right, into the left, right? And I can create this feeling in my heart where one of the rivers, the streams, will turn green and show me the direction I should go in life, in a physical, like a physical direction, whatever it is. I could literally create a feeling in my heart, which is going with the flow of the river, where I feel it literally, I literally feel the blood in my heart go throughout my body. I literally feel the blood flow. Anyway, I do this feeling and it shows me where to go after I meditate or what to look at. It's literally my higher self like, yo, look at this so I can show you this, or look at this so I can show you that. So I do this for a while until I end up at a river, an actual physical river, right? And I sit down, start meditating. This is where it gets wild. So everyone knows about like Christ and the thorns, the thorns that go around his head, right? The crown of thorns that go around his head. First, I see Yeshua, the being that, when I first met him, he tapped me on my shoulders. He's melanated as well, black guy. And I see the crown of thorns on his head, right? As I'm closing my eyes. And I should have backtracked so y'all would understand what I'm about to explain. So I will backtrack actually. Last week, maybe Tuesday, maybe October 22nd, Tuesday, I was meditating at work, and this might have happened in 10 minutes. I wasn't on anything. I was just regular meditating. Usually I see a little light. I go through the light, and then I see whatever I need to see. So I go through the light. I see my physical self sitting on a log, like a tree log. A tree has fell over. I'm sitting on a log, right? I watched this woman. She was actually green. She had the body of like a black woman, but she was green. And I watched her do this across my head, right? And I was like, I came out of the meditation like, what the heck was that? So then I told my coworkers, and they were like, that sounds like the lady off Moana. And I'm like, I never seen Moana. And so I ended up watching it, and the lady I saw in my meditation looked just like that lady on Moana, the Gaia, the Mother Earth chick. She was green. She had the body of like a black woman, and she had like her own set of thorns, like a little rose, like roses going around, right? So fast forward to Thursday. I'm meditating. I watch the crown of thorns go from Yeshua to this green lady, Mother Earth, Gaia, right? And instead of like thorns going around her head, it was like an afro, literal like mini afros that was going around her hair, right? And so I'm doing the flow of the river thing, and I'm moving my head like super slowly like this, and in my head, and I feel it. I literally see the Gaia, her hair, dreadlocks, she had locks, grow, and they extend. And it literally, my head went like this because it literally felt like my hair extended and got heavy as hell. Like the dreads was all the way down to the ground. And it felt like my hair grew to the point, went all the way down to my feet and within the earth. Like I literally was connected to Mother Earth. Oh man, it was beautiful. So now this is where it gets wild. I end up opening my eyes. All right. At this point, I literally see Mother Earth, Yeshua, and all these other beings placing the crown on my head. Not only that, Picture like you're going to the zoo, and you go to the zoo and you can see like the lions and how they have the glass that separates the the animals from people, right? There's literal glass, like glass I could see through. The veil was lifted for me, where when I looked to my right, I was peering into the fourth dimension, into like a movie theater type setting where I was watching myself and everyone in my life watching the moment I gained Christ consciousness, y'all. I was literally watching myself and others eating popcorn, literally watching a life about a movie about my life of when I reached Christ consciousness. Not only that, it went deeper. You know how there's a projector at the top of a movie theater where the movie plays, right? I entered the fourth and fifth dimension at the same time. So I was at the top of the theater. I was the projector watching myself watch a movie about my 3D self while living the movie in first person, just like this. Let me say that again. I watched myself as the projector, watching my fourth dimensional self watch a movie about my third dimensional self while living in the third dimension, living in a first person type view, all at the same time. Multiple times, I was shown it over and over. Not only that, I was shown that I gained Christ consciousness over and over. So I'm like, to the point of like, why do you keep showing me this? Until it hit me. Then I got to see a vision, a literal vision of all the Christ, all the Jesuses, all the Yeshuas, all the ascended masters. I watched it in order, every single one of their reincarnations, until it came to me. I am the reincarnation of Yeshua, of Jesus, of the Christ-like being. I had learned months ago, you know how people talk about the second coming of Christ. It's not a physical one, it's a spiritual one. Not only that, people keep saying, Jesus is going to return and save people and all that. No, I learned that no one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. By gaining the Christ consciousness, you're saving yourself. You've learned every lesson you needed to learn. It's time for you to leave now. There will be no more reincarnations, which I learned from the previous trip. Most people aren't going to be reincarnated here. All the lessons that they needed to learn, they've learned. And if they haven't, they'll stay in the 3D, but it won't be on Earth. They'll be on another planet. And that planet will have positive and negative realities. Whereas when you ascend, those realities that you will ascend to are all positive. Not only that, I learned later in the trip that because I saved myself, I saved everyone, because we are one. I was missing during the moment I gained the Christ consciousness or learned that I got it. Everybody was cheering and applauding, and I'm taking it as like congratulations, right? But it was more so because I achieved it. I didn't just save myself, I saved everyone, because we are one. So everyone that was on a higher frequency, on a higher vibration of some sort, will all be moved to this new earth, right? So fast forward, I go home. I go with the flow of the river. I go into my closet. It leads me to my closet. I immediately lay down. I see two Egyptian beings. I'm laying down, just on my back. I see two Egyptian beings, the ones that kind of look like tall, like black beings that be in the hieroglyphics and stuff, right? They're at my closet door. They begin to shovel sand on my feet, and then my shins and my kneecaps all the way up to my neck. And then I'm looking at them, they're looking at me, and I'm like, oh God. And I close my eyes and they shovel it on my face. After that, it literally felt like I was falling through the cosmos. It felt like I fell through Earth and was hurling through space, right? And in that moment, I was looking to my left and to my right with my third eye open, not my physical eyes. and I was literally falling through space. And then I got to see, like, from the perspective of Earth, how I looked. And I got to see people on Earth looking up into the sky and seeing shooting stars across the sky, right? And that shooting star was me. They perceived me falling through the cosmos as a shooting star. And I got this, it was, man, bro, God, it was so freaking beautiful, bro. Oh, so I'm looking at me and all these other stars, all the others beings, all these other Christ-like beings heading to New Earth. Not only that, but, you know, they talk about like the Great Flood and stuff, right? Gaia, I saw when she washed her hair, she did her hands like this while washing her hair. I saw it side by side. She was washing her hair, and her washing her hair is what caused the Great Flood. Or the Great Flood was her washing her hair, cleansing the earth, right? And I saw on my way traveling to New Earth that she cut her locks short. And when she cut her locks short, that was symbolism of the new earth that we were heading to. Man. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared. I was like, bro, I got work in the morning. Like, am I gonna wake up in the new earth? Like, what is going on? But it was the most, it was the greatest day of my life, you know. Like, it's so much more that went on with the trip, but the video will be way too long. But so many things I've learned how to do. So many things I get to see with my eyes closed. There's so many things my dreams every night, I lucid dream every night. It's like I'm on a trip every night. I feel so free, mind, body, spirit, every single, like, I can't even put it into words, y'all. I literally can't put it into words how free everything is, like, in me. Like, no earthly attachments, no nothing. Like, I love everything, but attached to nothing. That this whole place is an illusion, that this whole place is a reflection of yourself. At times an illusion, and then, like, everybody gets to ascend. Like, not ascend, but, like, when everybody dies, those who ascend will literally live out their dreams in a way they can't even imagine. But it will be what you imagine. Anything you can imagine, though, like, I had a low battery thing. But anyway. Yeah, y'all. So y'all take what y'all can with this information. I got to see everybody thanking me, which is like, it's weird. And I got to see this thing where it said Mr. Universe, and I had my face. And basically, and today I was at the gym. I just figured this out. I was at the gym working out, and I thought about when I first saw Yeshua. And I saw all these beings who had the crown of thorns on their head, right? And they all looked different. And I didn't know what I was even looking at then, right? Those 7, 8 days I was with Christ every night. It was some stuff that he was showing me that I didn't know what the heck, you know, I didn't know what it was, right? Now I go back and I think about certain things. I was like, man, what was that? Like, I didn't understand it. Now I know. I was looking at every single different version of Christ from every, like, a bunch of different realities, and it was my turn. I saw myself, even when it was happening, it was an aisle, it was 2 rows of beings that all had the crown of thorns on their head, and then it was like, I was next, right? But I'm like, man, it was odd. It was beings that looked like superheroes. It was something, like, it was one that looked like Thor, it was one that looked like Odin. It was like all these different beings that looked incredible. To be honest, they looked incredible. It was, some of them had armor and certain weapons. Like, they just looked like royalty. And I didn't understand what it was, but now I see how they say, like, Christ is king. Like, it's the thorn. It's the crown of thorns is like a crown, which I've seen in my meditations and didn't understand what it meant or what it was. Now I see, like, I am the Christ. I have achieved Christ consciousness. I am Yeshua reincarnated. And I'm done, like, fighting it now. I don't care how crazy it sounds, because who would even just say it? Like, no one really, I'm Jesus, like, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, you know, it is what it is. I didn't ask who I was, and I've been shown it multiple times, and I kept trying to think of, like, different perspectives Like, maybe it's meaning this or that. Where it's like, no, bruh, this is literally you. You are Yakub. You are Yakub. You are Yeshua. You are Jesus. You are whatever. Like, you are him reincarnated. So it is what it is. Only certain people will get this video because people be wild and they gonna be, what the hell, this dude thinks he's Jesus? Well, I really don't care. But y'all be blessed. I know who I am now. Can't nothing take this away from me. Even during the trip, a song came on, and it was a remix of that Old Town Road. Can't nobody tell me nothing. If y'all seen the way Nature was dancing to the tune, bruh, I can't tell you how I felt. I'm like, bruh, that is absolutely true. Can't nobody tell me nothing about what God is, what he ain't, what she, like, nothing. I was destined for this. I was chosen for this. I put everything to the side for this, having no idea the journey I was going on. I had no idea about any of this. And now I'm blessed with these, what most people would perceive as wild spiritual experiences daily, y'all. It's normal. It's completely normal now. Sleep paralysis, astral projection, seeing things when I meditate, telling people at work about their spirit animals. I have text messages of speaking with my friend telepathically. Bro, it is so many things. I literally wake up every morning, look in the mirror. I can see my ancestors all on my face, on my arms. I can do so much. All because I took the time out. All because I believed and I trusted myself, my higher self. Every single thing that I ever been shown was the truth. I'm divinely protected. Can't nothing harm me. Can't nothing end me. I am eternal. I am forever. I am forever. I am God in the flesh. Like, God dang, bro. I'm thinking about my old videos, how I was talking, how I was speaking, and I look at myself now like, bruh, I know exactly who I am. And I want everybody to feel exactly how I feel. If not better. Actually better. Find out who you are. Know thyself. There's nothing greater on this planet. There's nothing greater. I don't care. Y'all be great, bro. From your boy, the Ego Experience. I'm out.